coming very close to Christmas, and we're looking a little bit at the story of Christmas. I'd like to look a little bit more into all of that. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office, and you're with Mission Alive. And we take our mission from Jesus and the whole story of Jesus. So understanding a bit more what this Christmas story is about is important to us. We spoke of the Galileans, and Jesus went and lived in Galilee. Joseph and Mary and Jesus grew up as a Galilean. So much so that later people would say, can anything good come from Galilee? And I spoke of this incident, which is recorded in history, of people being crucified near Nazareth, if not in Nazareth, because a lot of rebel leaders came from Galilee, and there was a lot of opposition to the Roman rule in Galilee. So the Romans rounded up some of the leaders and crucified them. That was their way of capital punishment. And it's pretty gruesome, if you can imagine, pretty gruesome. And the young Jesus, possibly, and this is perhaps my interpretation, my imagination, would have seen those bodies hanging on the cross, the crosses, all around the place. And the Roman way too was to leave them on the cross, dead, to give the people, really make the people know, you don't oppose us, this is what will happen. And so Jesus would have seen these dead bodies, and everybody would have smelt the dead bodies. Terrible, terrible business. But as Jesus grew up then, he was very, very aware of all this situation and the political situation and the expectation that the Messiah would be a political leader. So Jesus never said, I am the Messiah. He never said that. And even when he was with Pontius Pilate and the leaders of the people, he never really came out and said, I am the Messiah, because it held all these political implications. Now Galilee too, that's where Barabbas came from. He was a rebel, often put down as a murderer or a thief or an outlaw, possibly a rebel against the Roman Empire. With Judas, one theory is that Judas, when he betrayed Jesus, he was trying to push Jesus to declare he was the Messiah. So he went to the leaders of the people and told him where he was going to be, etc., etc. But he was trying to get Jesus to come out and say, I am the Messiah, and then people would rally around him, and then, they might be able to get rid of the Romans. But that completely failed for Judas, and there are others who had that expectation of Jesus. So, just going back to Christmas, Bethlehem, place of the birth of the kings, Nazareth in Galilee, the place of rebels, possibly of a political leadership, a rebel leadership, all that expectation that was there. So there's a lot of implications in it for Jesus' life. There was one story too that one of the apostles, Simon, called Simon the Zealot, may have been sympathetic to the rebel cause, because the Zealots were people who had zeal for Israel, for the house of Israel, and the purity of the Israelite religion and people, and they were definitely against the Romans. So whether Simon was just a zealous, faithful person, or whether he had associations with the political group, the Zealots, we don't know. But anyway, he joined Jesus, and maybe he joined Jesus with the idea that he would be joining with the Messiah who would free the people. We don't know, and maybe some scholars will know much more, but there's a lot of implications of the whole political situation on the life of Jesus. And even at the end there, when he set himself on the road to Jerusalem at the time of the Passover, it was a critical time, and he knew going up there he would run into trouble, but he still went because that was his mission. So just at this time we try to understand the beginning of Jesus' mission here on earth, and what it means to us, and what it means to us as we try to live it out and try to bring others into this mystery of what happened there. Thank you for being with us on this great mission.